Yeah, I usually have an outline for these, but
not today.
Not today.
Winging it today.
Winging it, yeah. We're on the floor, and we're just gonna throw stuff at the proverbial wall and see what sticks.
I think that's a good idea, to be honest.
It sounds good. I need to remember my intro now. It's weird not having it written down. And like, it's that thing of like, I haven't done enough episodes for it to be like deeply ingrained
into your mind,
in my brain. Yeah.
I'm trying to, because I did listen to one of your podcast episodes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the intro is.
Yeah. I think it was just like, "Welcome to Armchair Artist. I'm Oliver Kirkham."
That sounds very familiar.
Yeah. So we can just use that.
Yeah.
Cool. So, hello everybody. Today's guest is Daniel Suzuki. Daniel is a photographer, graphic designer, and somebody. Could you say obsessed with instant film photography? Is obsessed?
Very much so.
Yeah.
That is. I would use that word a lot.
Nice. And it's not just kind of Polaroids. It's all different types of cameras and technologies, would you say?
Yeah, I think Polaroid is what I'm most obsessed with, but I am like, I shoot with digital cameras, like 35mm film cameras as well. So it's not just Polaroid, but it is mostly Polaroid that I'm obsessed with. Mostly Polaroid that damages my bank account. Really. So yeah.
Fair. Mm-hmm. Is the light blinding you, by the way? Because I've just realised it's like going that way.
I was thinking about that. Maybe I think I'm gonna twist.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think we're back. Welcome back to the pod. Oh, that was loud. Back from having some audio technical issues. That's good, isn't it?
I don't really know where. Is mine like really loud? It looks like it's louder than it was.
Oh.
Hello? Oh, now it looks like it's back to normal. I don't know.
It could just be the natural dynamics of your voice.
Okay.
Because sometimes you speak louder, sometimes you speak quieter.
Is this far enough away?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
That's great.
I don't know where the sort of recording left off.
I know. I think we were talking about how you were getting into photography.
Yes.
This is going to be a really fun episode for me to edit. God, I don't know how I'm going to make this. Anyway, yeah. How are you getting into photography and instant film, going from DSLR camera to discovering Polaroid?
Yeah. So I started with the interest. Do you think I should go over the college thing again, or should I just start? I don't know where, because I don't know where it ended.
Yeah, maybe briefly do a little.
Yeah, briefer. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the interest started in college. There's a little studio there, and also a darkroom that I'd never used.
That's what it was.
Yeah, for the first time. That's the first time I used a darkroom, and I think it sort of grew from there. And I also had an iPad at the time, so it's like, ooh, the iPad has a camera, so I'm gonna use that.
Yeah.
And I was just taking photos, like close-up photos of things. Like at Christmas time, there were just these like little Christmas lights. I was like, oh, I'm gonna take a really close-up photo of that. It sounds really boring, but so, and then I bought like a cheap sort of not even a DSLR. It was just like a zoom camera, quite a cheap one, and I took loads of photos of that. I still got some of them actually.
Nice.
But then sort of late 2015, I found Insects film. I think I just saw it advertised online. I was like, whoa, these photos look cool. And then, that's where I started the journey then of instant film and letting my bank account slowly run dry. And then I did in 2016. I did actually have a job, and that sort of funded my new obsession. Luckily, because if I didn't have a job, I don't think I would have been as obsessed with it as I was.
Yeah, definitely. It's like access, isn't it? And money is a big part of that.
So money certainly helped with that. And I think we were also talking about your experience with instant film as well.
Oh yeah, my first at college. Yeah, I took my first instant picture on a Polaroid, point and shoot, nothing fancy, and it was very overexposed, very blurry, but it was like the magic of watching it develop. And I really understand how you could get hooked on that specific thing. It's not necessarily what you take and how it comes out, but just the process of it. And I suppose that's maybe where the art is in kind of instant film photography.
I think definitely agree there. It's certainly my favorite medium of photography. Like, I'm not opposed to using any sort of medium. It's just that is the one that I most lean towards because of the whole process, like you say. And I just feel like it's not perfect. It's sort of experimental, and you don't always get the same result. Like, I don't necessarily want a sort of photo that has a vintage effect to it. I just want one that doesn't have to look perfect to be a good photo. And I think that's where sort of the arty side of it comes in. And when I first started, a lot of my photos were not very good because I just took photos of anything just to see the process of it, the photo developing. I think over the years then I sort of fine-tuned that to be more photos that actually look decent rather than some blurry photo of flowers. Yeah.
It is. There's definitely a science element to it in the kind of aperture and exposure and like the technical detail that is required. And when you were showing me one of your what's the name of the big camera?
So that's a Graflex pacemaker, I believe it's called. Okay, so like an old reporter's camera. I should have researched when it actually came out, but I'm gonna guess it's like the 40s or 50s that it was used as a reporter's camera. Very big camera.
It is. It's a proper chunky beast, and I think I'll snap a photo on my iPhone.
On the small
not
iPhone.
To brag. Of it and stick it on the podcast Instagram.
I think that is a good idea.
Because it's just a lovely piece of kit.
It's a beautiful, beautiful camera. And the sort of, when you get the settings right on it, it comes out with some very good quality photos. And even sort of the more common film that can be used with it is like it's the 4x5 inch film that you can get. It's like a 4x5 inch negative, and when you scan that, the quality is like when we were talking about the sort of glass plates that your granddad has. The quality is when you scan it and sort of size it, you can size that up. It's huge. It's good, amazing quality to it. You can. You can really blow that up and it'll still retain that quality.
All of like the details.
Yes, the detail.
Ooh, nice.
Amazing quality to it. But that film is very expensive to buy.
I can imagine.
And then even more expensive if you mess it up. so I don't really want to dabble in that just now. It's too expensive for me.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd be keen to know your thoughts on iPhone photography in general, and because I have been to shows where it's been like iPhone photography centric, if you like, and I think maybe there's a little bit of tension in presenting that as a medium comparable to, I don't know, painting or fine art photography with a DSLR, for example. But maybe that's snobbery. Maybe that's just prejudice. I don't know.
I think there's a misconception that if you're taking photos on an iPhone, that it's not going to take... Maybe sort of technically it won't take as good a photo as a expensive DSLR, but you can... whatever medium of photography you're using, if you're going to take a good photo, it's going to be the person behind that, who's behind the camera, that's going to sort of bring that result, a good result. It just doesn't really matter about which camera you're using to get that result. If it's a good one, then I think that's what photography is about, really.
Interesting.
Like, obviously I'm not using a digital camera, but it's just that's the process I like to get the photos I want. But if someone wants to use, like for that show that you're talking about, if someone wants to use their iPhone to get the results that they want, I'm not going to be sort of snobby about them using their camera, because I've used my iPhone to take photos, and I've got some pretty decent photos from my iPhone.
Yeah.
You can definitely get some really good photos. Like I say, I think it's the person behind the camera that matters, really.
Yeah.
Their eye, their experience on taking photos.
Yeah, their sort of point of view, I guess.
Yeah. Because you could give someone a really expensive camera, but if they don't have like the know-how and the sort of eye for it,
the eye for it, that is like my best my best friend, he has such a natural eye for photography, and he just uses his iPhone camera, but the photos that he takes are so good. I mean, like, so creative, and it's just that kind of way of looking at the world, and the ability to capture it and not necessarily capture it in the correct way, with air quotes, but just to get the image and share it with people is like the main thing. And it's great. It's great.
No, you can get some really good shots with an iPhone. Of course, there's like limitations to it compared, like technical limitations compared to a DSLR, but like it's interesting to have such a tool in our pockets, like more than just a camera, a tool of communication as well. And sort of seeking out information. It's just all sort of all in one, and being able to take it's amazing to have that sort of thing at hand.
It's a tiny computer. Kind of crazy to think that we carry tiny computers in our pocket.
And it's just taken for granted, I think, because everyone has one, don't they? Yeah.
Wow.
Do you take many photos of your iPhone?
I actually do. Yeah, I actually use it quite a lot. But I'm not one of those people who like keeps all of their photos on their iPhone. I either do backup on my laptop, or I have like periods of time where I just delete loads of stuff. I have like a mass exodus,
photos,
slaughter of photos,
a culling of photos,
a culling of photos, and I like make sure I like empty my like recently deleted and stuff to like free up storage on my phone. So yeah, a lot of process photos, a lot of photos for social media that I usually never end up posting because I am not good at social media. And yeah, kind of people and places and things. I wouldn't say I'm like like you or like my friend in that like I'm kind of taking photos for the love of it. It's more for a purpose to like, capture the thing. And yeah.
Is that in sense of documentation of things?
That's it. Yeah, that is exactly it.
I think that's one of the good things about photography, is sort of documenting things that may not seem very important at this moment in time, but then looking back, say like you'd look back at a photo 20 years later and you think it's crazy how things were back then, or how a certain person has changed, for better or worse. It's a very interesting aspect. That's what I think. It's one of the things I really love about photography. And like I've been looking back at some Polaroids from 10 years ago, and there's some of me and I'm like, wow. Just like how different I used to look, some of the hairstyles that I used to have. I'm like, oh my.
That's really funny.
But even like there's documentary photographers out there, some that have like passed. There's one called, I believe, Gordon Parks. I think he took a lot of photos during sort of American segregation, and there's an Instagram of his photos. It must be people that in charge of his sort of collection that they upload. Wow. And it's interesting to see like sort of people, the way they used to dress and all that. But then you see these photos of like, you know, the signs that say whites only. It's very obviously is absolutely awful, but it's not even that long ago, is it?
It's when you
not
look
really.
back, but
then you it's like one of those things. It's crazy just how things used to be. And I think going back to what I was saying, it's what I like about the sort of documentation of sort of history, life, is what I really like.
Yeah, I love old photos of places in particular. I saw one of Swansea High Street, and there was like an old department store, fairly close to the station, and then up from that there was a lovely old cinema.
Okay.
And recently, so separate to that kind of photo series, recently a couple of explorers managed to get access to that old cinema, which is still there but disused. So it's all like abandoned and stuff, and they put photos out on social media, and they're just stunning. Like to see the decay over time that's happened, I think is really interesting.
That is, I do like those sorts of photos, and I'm guessing you get to see like I'm guessing it's quite an old cinema then, like old architecture, one of those sort of grand.
Yes, very grand, like steep, like
yes,
you know what I mean, like rows of seats,
that.
And like all the seats are made of like velvet, and like you know, it looks really cool.
But then how long has it been abandoned? Because it feels such a shame for such a place to go into that state.
Yeah, I can't remember what year that cinema was built. I want to say it's really old, like 1800s.
Oh yeah,
okay. Like really old.
Yeah,
but I could be making that up. And that's good on podcasts when people just talk about stuff without knowing.
It's
like purely conjecture. That's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's me guessing with like the years of cameras and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I should have done the research, but I mean I got a sort of ballpark figure in my head. So.
It's fine. As long as it's like kind of accurate.
Yeah.
It's great. It's also the afternoon now, and this is the time when my brain like starts going to sleep. You know, like 4 o'clock. Like
is it 4? It's not 4 o'clock though, is it? Oh my gosh, it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
10-2.
Wow.
Great, isn't it? Yeah.
I didn't realize. I thought it was gonna be like like, I don't know, 2:40 or something.
Wow, yeah.
Wow,
The
that was a
days...
bit specific time, but yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be 2:40.
Yeah, the time most people think it would be. Yeah, no, time goes by quick, too quick.
It does.
We're both the same. I believe we're both the same age because I think I listened to your sort of intro episode and you were talking. You were sort of talking. I believe you said you're 29.
I am, yes.
I am also 29.
Whoa.
Same gen.
Dun,
Same.
dun, dun.
Is it? Are we both 96? Not 96 years old. But
We are both 96 years
wow.
old. Age reveal. Yeah.
Next week would be a face reveal. No, we both.
Yeah, 96.
1996.
1996.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm an August baby, so it is going to be my birthday in a few months.
Wow.
June, July, August. Yeah, 3-4 months.
Wow.
I'm excited.
What are you gonna do? Oh, yeah, 30. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna do anything exciting?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I haven't thought about that yet. What are you going to do for your birthday?
I've thought about this. It's going to be extravagant.
Yeah.
Like sort of ballroom. No.
Wow.
No.
That's a shame.
No, I will. That's not a bad idea, actually. Maybe I should invest in a ballroom party.
I'm sensing your birthday might be a way off.
It's in November.
Okay.
Yeah,
right,
so not that long after yours.
Yeah.
But you are a bit older.
It's true.
Bit of a jab.
Quite rude, actually.
But that's what I wanted to ask you a question. So over the last 10 years, how do you feel like your sort of art has progressed? Sort of the work that you make, is it much different from what you're doing now?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, it is. In a similar to what you were saying, like I look back at pictures of my art and I think like the style has changed. Like my own style has changed a lot. The style of work I'm making has changed, and I've experimented with lots of different mediums, and I think I've landed on sculpture and ceramics in particular as something that I think I want to stick with for a while as like a core of my practice. And then, I do other stuff around it. A lot of sewing and textile work particularly. And there might well be a convergence of that more so in the future. Because I've already done a piece that I showed you.
Yes.
That I've also put on my podcast and on my own Instagram of that jumper ceramics.
It was a very interesting piece. It looked really cool. And I think, like we were saying before, like sort of the process that I do with my photography, there's also, obviously there's a process to everything, but it's just a very interesting process that you do with your sculpture. And it's very interesting to listen to when you're talking about it, how you made the sort of the jumper sculpture.
Yeah. I really like, I think it's called slip casting. But it's not particularly well. We're both looking anxiously at the laptop.
Making sure it's still recording.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We don't have another. I wonder actually how much it's actually captured. Okay, there's a little bit there.
Yeah, I feel like
in the beginning.
I feel like it sort of skipped out on our food. But we were talking about food for a while, and I feel like it probably hasn't included that. Lactose intolerant and such. The very important bit.
Yeah, we're all dying to know about your intolerances and food preferences.
Yeah, we were talking about cake as well.
We were talking about cake.
It was very food centric for a good 5 minutes, I feel.
Yeah. And you know what? I think cake is on my mind at the moment anyway, because I'm making... two of my housemates are turning well, they're having their birthday in May, so next month, and I'm gonna make them a cake, like a joint cake.
Ooh.
So it's gonna be a chocolate cake.
Oh,
so
I'm
thinking about it.
Oh, I love a chocolate cake. A good chocolate cake, I will devour.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. It's the best one.
Mm-hmm.
It is. And that is a fact.
And then after that, I think Victoria Sponge is also good.
Oh, really?
I really like Victoria Sponge.
Wow.
A friend of mine made me a Victoria Sponge once for my birthday. It was very nice. Loved it.
You still remember it to this day?
It was only 2 years ago, so I feel like I'm not old enough to have that bad a memory yet.
yeah.
But
we're doing pretty good for 96, so I think 96 years old.
96 years old. Yeah. I feel like I'm not too wrinkly at the moment.
We're looking good.
Yeah.
Do you have a nighttime routine? Are you moisturizing?
Am I moisturizing?
Are you exfoliating?
I feel like I should moisturize more, to be honest.
Me too.
I mean, I'm getting to that age now where I should be moisturizing more.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think everyone listening should be moisturizing.
There you go. The people listening to this podcast, this is a public service announcement. Moisturize more. Look after your skin. Wear sunscreen.
Oh, yeah, definitely the sunscreen. Oh my gosh. So, sorry, this is, now that we're on sunscreen, it just made me think, because I used to live in Australia, in Sydney.
Oh,
and the sunscreen,
that's cool.
Much needed. So if you ever go to Australia, then you need that sunscreen. Whatever the highest one is it like 50 or something? Or is it more than that?
I know in parts of America, apparently they sell like factor 100.
Really?
Like super.
Oh, maybe Australia do that as well, because the UV is really strong there.
Yeah. So let's talk about that, because I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, surprise.
Oh my gosh. The law.
It's
law
expanding.
Drop. Yeah.
Yes, I lived there. So most of 2024 I was there.
Okay.
I think I needed to get out of the UK.
Yeah.
And
fair play.
And it sounded so nice over there. And I was like, why not? Let's go.
What did you do over there? Were you working?
Yes, I was on a working holiday visa over there. I worked for a while. I worked in an aquarium, Sydney Aquarium,
Wow.
Sea Life, and I actually took photos there of people. But it's like those sort of touristy photos. Do you know, like, when you go to somewhere and they sort of superimpose like a background, like it sort of changes the background to like so at the Sea Life we took a photo and then it put the people on a different backgrounds, like I don't think I was using the right words.
Sort of like a green screen.
Yeah. So like one of them had sharks in the background, one of them had jellyfish, all that. So it was like I was taking photos of people. It was like sort of one after the other. And then like we'd have 1 hour at the studio and then 1 hour in the sort of sales area. So I had to like sort of sell the photos back to people.
Yeah.
Because they'd get like a certain amount of digital photos for free.
Okay.
And then if they wanted all of them, they'd have to pay.
Yes. Right.
So yeah, it was an interesting job.
Yeah.
I also worked for Hayes Recruitment as well, as like in the credit control department. So like ringing people up, asking them to pay their invoices. So it's quite a variation in job.
So did you go from aquarium to that?
Yeah, aquarium to that, and then I sort of was still at the aquarium, but more on a when I can work there basis, like when I want extra money. But the thing is, on this working holiday visa, you're sort of limited on contracts you can get. So like, I only really had a part-time job at the aquarium when I was there. It was sort of full-time, but it was sort of noted as a part-time. So like, if they wanted to, they could give me less hours than I was actually having.
Right.
And then the Hayes recruitment job, it was a casual position, so like it was good money, but they could get rid of me like immediately, and that did actually end up happening. Actually, no, they were nice. They gave me a week notice. They didn't actually they didn't actually have to give me any notice. It was literally
so a week is considerate.
Yeah. Sorry, I feel like I've been talking about this whole Australia thing forever now. But
no, it's interesting. I think it's always interesting when people are living in other countries, and like I imagine the perspective that you get from that and from traveling in general is quite enriching. I should get more people on the podcast that have traveled. That would be good.
Just get a full-on traveler, just like a person that travels every day.
Just do a Zoom podcast. I should probably do Zoom podcasts. I'd probably because then I could get kind of a broader spectrum of guests, but I just hate video calls like that.
And there's also like the technical aspect to it as well, like the video cutting out, the internet cutting out, and
like the audio quality being all, like crunchy.
And like, how do you record the other person's audio then? Is it just through?
It's through Zoom. Because I haven't done it, I'm not really 100% sure, but I've heard that you can get an isolated audio. There's a way of like separating the audio and video, but then I'm not particularly techie, so it's like that. It's another learning curve.
But do you think you might do it one day then? Sort of.
Oh yeah, I think I will. I think I will, because I've got people in mind who live quite far away, but they'd be really interesting to talk to. Really sort of insightful, and there's a lot more of the kind of mental health side of the podcast I'd like to tap into.
Yeah.
Especially around suicide, because that's something I'm quite passionate about.
Okay.
It's something that's like in my work a lot as an artist. But then it's getting that, I don't know, I like the podcast being very, like, pulling back the curtain, very conversational, chatty, and not like an interview podcast.
Yeah, no, I understand.
So it's trying to kind of pitch all of these ideas that I have in a way that's like really accessible and
Going on to sort of the awareness, like a suicidal awareness in your podcast. There's something on Instagram I saw the other day, or maybe a few weeks ago, that I thought was quite good. It was I'm not sure if you've heard of it, the Reasons to Stay website. The website where people can write.
Is it the letters one?
Yes, that's right.
Love that.
Yeah. It's such a nice idea, isn't it? Especially for people. It's just, I think it's nice for people to have somewhere they can read, like written by an actual person,
a real person. Yeah.
Just something to keep people going.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I remember seeing it on Instagram because the guy who runs it, I think his brother who passed away because committed suicide, and I saw one of his videos pop up just about, I think it was someone had got in touch with him to say that how her website actually helped him and stopped him from committing suicide. It was just a really nice video to watch, and that's how I found out about it through that video.
It's such a good idea, and those kinds of interventions are so important for helping to like take someone down from kind of getting them to step away from the edge, as it were.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. It's those kinds of people that I think in the future would be so cool to interview, and then try and find the through lines of what they're doing and kind of art and how art can help and creativity, kind of, and then and just talk to people as people and just talk about like cake and their allergies and like that's what I love about podcasts as well. It's just like, I think the art of a podcast is it can kind of be whatever you want it to be, in the same way conversations can be, conversations can capture kind of anything, broad range of subjects.
I mean, we talk about a very varied amount of things so far on this.
Oh, it's very meandering.
Yes, it's nice. It's a nice sort of free flowing conversation, isn't it? Rather than a sort of strict schedule on what should be spoken about. Yeah,
like a scripted.
Yeah. This is just more. It's more natural, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's more relaxing that way. I feel like there's no nerves talking about things.
Oh, that's good. That's
which is good.
Yes, that's very good.
Yeah.
I like to hear that.
Yeah.
I like to think that what do I like? I'm saying like too many times now. It's derailing me. I want people to be comfortable when I'm chatting to them and when they're chatting to me, because it just I hate to say it, but it like does make better content, but also just the conversation is more interesting, I think, like thematically, and the way that ideas can be kind of portrayed and talked about is cool as well. I actually think we should move on to the segment.
Yes, okay.
Woo! So people who've listened to this podcast before know that we do Critic's Corner, which is where we talk about a piece of art that has been sent in to the email address, which is in the comments of this episode. So today's work is untitled. It's by a lovely chap named Alex, and it is a watercolor. And so a kind of brief description would be a countryside scene with a kind of meandering kind of dirt track going sort of diagonally from the bottom left third of the piece to the top right third of the piece, and then the 2/3 above that is like a big sheet of cloud. It's really nicely textured, and there are trees in the foreground, and could we say that that's a barn, a bungalow?
I would have said a bungalow. I think. I'd say more of a bungalow.
Yeah. I really love the colours of this work.
This is very nice. That's lovely. I love the textures of the clouds. I think that's my favourite part of this. But all of it's lovely, but it's great colours as well.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah. I love that when you actually look at the trees, you can see the shadows are really great. The way he's gone in with the black to make the shadows of the trees.
There's some nice attention to detail, I would say, for this one.
Yeah, but it's
and
not.
Is that? Sorry, I was going to say, is that a track, or is that like, or is it more of a river going through? Or because that's sort of what I was thinking, or maybe I'm probably wrong, but I'm not sure. But it's not lovely either way. And this sort of, I'm trying to think where this might have been the inspiration for this, or if this was sort of drawn in like they were, if like Alex was in this landscape drawing it as you're seeing it in that moment.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know where that might be, because it kind of looks like an Italian landscape to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. I could see that.
yeah.
It's like that tall.
Yes.
You like tall, is it cypress trees that are like the long, pointy ones?
I believe so. I'm not sure of the name. I wish I was. I wish I knew trees.
Me asking you like as if you know trees.
Yeah, it might be next week that you have a tree expert.
Yeah. I get a tree expert next time.
But can you see? We'll see where I'm getting that from.
Absolutely.
It looks. I love Italy, and it very much reminds me of that, especially with the building as well. You know, with that sort of orange roof. I'm gonna put my money on Italian landscape.
Yeah.
Do we hear back from the artists maybe about like sort of their have you had Alex on podcast?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay.
But if Alex, email in.
Yeah.
Let us know the backstory to this.
Yeah.
If you're listening, we really like it, and yeah, I wonder if have they been to Italy? I don't know.
I would be interested to know, yeah, sort of more of the background, if they're willing to share. That is, but it's a lovely painting. I do love these sorts of paintings. I wish I could do them myself, but I cannot.
Have you ever tried painting?
I have, but I think more sort of people,
yes,
rather than sort of landscapes. I've taken photos of landscapes before, but I mean it's nothing compared to this. I think there's more talent involved, sort of creating a landscape with a paintbrush as opposed to.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What makes you say that? Because I would have thought that it's like the same kinds of drafting skills, same kind of skills in terms of value, contrast, tone, and texture.
I think this you've got more freedom in. I suppose it doesn't have to be a sort of exact replica of how the landscape actually is. The colors don't have the colors. You can possibly make the colors more vibrant. I'm not saying that Alex is sort of.
Oh no, just in general. Yeah.
I think it's more in my mind. It's more talented because it's something I cannot actually do.
Yeah.
Like I could take a photo of a landscape, but I'm not sure I could get something like that unless the conditions were right. But then it's not. It's different textures, isn't it? It's not. It doesn't look like a photograph. Yeah. It's I think it looks lovely.
Yeah. Why something that popped into my head when you were just speaking was, and then it kind of clicked in my head was, like people, portraiture. Why people and portraits? Like instead of like industrial photography where you take pictures of products, for example.
I don't think like. With photos of things, landscapes, products, I think you can get very similar-ish photos from the next person. I'm not saying everyone takes the exact same photos of landscapes and things, but I mean, for example, with the Leaning Tower of Pisa, I mean, people are taking that same photo.
Yeah.
But. I think with people are each person is unique. I think people can look similar to each other, but then the sort of history to that person is going to be very different to the next. And there's the next person, the next. But I find that's sort of a unique form of photography to me, is portraits of people. Because not everyone's going to have that photo of that exact person, or at least the way I've done it.
Interesting, yeah.
Or at least the way I've tried to do it. So that's why I'm quite interested in taking portraits of people and sort of listening to their lives and what they've done, what they want to do. Just how it's interesting to have spoken to someone like a Christian. Like I've done a project on like Christians in a church before, evangelicals, and then to speak to someone that from a totally different sort of life background as well. It's just interesting to have the variation of different people.
Almost, yeah.
So I think that's the big reason I like to take photos of people. And it's going back to that again, to that sort of documentation of people and lives, and like what is this? It's interesting to think, what is this person going to be doing? Or if I look at it from years from now, what is this person doing now?
Yes.
What has been the life of this person since I took their portrait? And it would be very interesting to also meet that person again, like
absolutely,
years later, and take the portrait again, because then that also it's a good visual of how they've changed sort of in looks or in life as well. So
I feel like you could easily do an exhibition of your pictures. And I mean that could even be one way of, like, one kind of theme, if you like, of doing it so many years later and tracking down these people and asking to retake their photos.
It's an interesting idea, and there have been people that have done it before, and it's very interesting to see physically. And also, like, the fashion people, I think there was a photographer who took photos of people in the 80s. Also, you got that 80s sort of fashion.
Yeah.
And then it must be like in 2010s when they've gone back and taken their photos again, and then you see obviously it's well, actually some people sort of keep that. It's similar to the 80s fashion, but it's not exactly the same. But they've sort of got
a little bit of like
they've not really separated themselves from that era, which is just cool in itself. But then you do see some people that have sort of, they do fit into sort of what is popular at the time, to sort of hairstyle, fashion. They've got like, it's like a 2010s sort of fashion. I just find it very interesting how everything changes, or how people don't want to necessarily fit into the newer era, and they sort of hold on to the aspects of the old. It's very interesting.
Thinking of myself, I feel like I'd probably be in the category of somebody who doesn't dress in the current era, or like within the current kind of fashion scene. I tend to think, maybe cynically, that a lot of people dress the same. See, a lot of particularly younger people seem to be very similar looking, which I guess maybe is to be expected, and maybe there's a relativity to that. And if we went back, to the 60s and we were older, we would look at the young people and say the same. Like they were all these hippies, or all these mods,
I feel like, so what do you feel like your sort of era is? Is there a mix of, like, I don't want to put your sort of fashion in a box and say, oh, this is what this is, or
maybe I want you to put me in a box.
Okay.
What would you think? Because I don't really know.
I mean, but what you're wearing now is would we say sort of what you're wearing now with the collar, is that something that people would wear from like sort of 60s, 70s maybe, or maybe 70s, I would have said?
I'd say
sort of big collars.
70s going into the 80s. I believe it's called a dagger collar, but it's like, so some people listening to this might know of Susie from Susie and the Banshees, a popular band in the 70s, 80s, in one of her music videos, she wore this kind of collar, which is really big, oversized collar, um, like dagger point, and then some. Like, so I think it's almost about 30 centimeters long, I think, from like collar stand to tip. Pretty funky.
It's interesting. I do like it. I like other people's fashion because you're looking at me now, and I think I fit in. I think I fit into whatever sort of decade I'm in. That is because the 2010s, I was in skinny jeans and probably looked very of that time.
Well, yeah, no, I did also partake in skinny jeans. I did for a little while, and I had like acid wash ones.
Oh yes,
acid wash.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I had them one in like turquoise blue, and then another in like a sort of dark red. And
that sounds nice. Dark red ones.
Yeah, they were nice. They were nice. Awful now looking back. You think, gosh, it's yeah, skinny jeans really died a death, didn't they?
Yeah, but yes, I still see some people wearing skinny jeans, but I look at old photos of me and I'm like, oh, that's too skinny of jeans.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh god.
To be fair, some people really suit them. Actually, I mean, I don't believe I was one of them, even though I thought so at the time.
But then it's all about how we view ourselves, because someone could have looked at you and thought he really suits skinny jeans. But
that's true. It's all a matter of taste and perspective. Oh, very much.
I think we're still going.
We are still going.
Oh my gosh, we're still going.
That's great. Gosh.
Wow.
It's, yeah. I really don't know what happened. I don't know why the mic's just cut out.
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
Weird. I looked over and I was like, oh, it's not doing anything.
Oh dear.
Oh gosh.
So this kind of ongoing project where you invite people to have their portrait taken by you. How do people get in touch to like? Is there like a booking system? Do you have like a?
Yes, I have a booking system online.
Oh, okay.
Which is connected to my calendar, which is very useful.
That's really smart.
Yeah. So yes, I have a booking system. I usually put out like ads on Instagram, and I'll find people that way. I'm not sure if you've seen on my Instagram, but I've sort of narrowed it down to I'm taking portraits of actors more.
I did see that, yeah.
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 It's just, I find it very interesting sort of for actors and what they do, and also listening to what they do sort of behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Because it's nice to see sort of the result of that on like telly and such. But to actually hear about how it works and sort of the work that they get, I just love that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a world I'm interested in being involved in more, but I don't think I could be involved in it as an actor myself.
That's what my next question was going to be, like, as an actor? Or like...
but although when I was in Sydney, going back to Sydney again, I was an extra in this sort of train advert for like a split second, an extra.
You're like a passenger, like in the background.
I was as the guy, like the main guy, was sort of he was standing there, and I was walking off the train, and then he walked on. So I was sort of walking past, like behind him.
Yeah.
But you could tell for a split second it is me. Maybe I'll show you after.
I'd love to see that. That's so funny.
But yeah, that's my sort of experience in front of the camera.
Yeah. I guess like a director of photography, kind of on a set, or some kind of like art direction thing in cinema might be quite interesting.
It would be interesting, I think. I mean, I've got no plans to change the job I'm doing like anytime soon.
Yeah.
I'm quite enjoying just having the photography on the side and doing that in my spare time. I feel like I've got enough time to do so.
Yeah.
But like I went to London recently and I met a few actors from there, which is really cool. It was nice to know that people were so interested in having it done. I think mostly because it's free.
It's free, yeah.
but I think it's just an interesting thing to have done for themselves, and just to
definitely
just to go out and meet someone and just chat and be social. It's quite nice.
Get out of Pembrokeshire.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do like Pembrokeshire though, but it is nice to get out for a little bit and then come back. I think we were talking earlier about sort of going away. Yeah. But then it's also nice to settle back into home life.
Yeah, it's always nice to come home. And the
sun is really out now.
I know, it's good. I think we should end it and go and... I was going to say frolic in the sun, but I feel like that could be misinterpreted. It's been so good to have you on. Where can people find you? Like, do you have a website?
I'm in the makings of a website at the moment, but there is no website yet. Hopefully next month, I would say. But for the moment, I could be found on Instagram at Instant Portraiture. There's underscore in between that. Instant underscore Portraiture.
Nice.
Also on Facebook, if you have a Facebook account. I feel like mostly old people have Facebook, but old people like us. Do you have Facebook?
Old people, 96-year-olds like us.
96-year-olds.
I do have a Facebook, but I don't actively use it.
I don't post on it. I have a Facebook page for the for my stuff,
but that's stuff. Yeah,
but that's about it. It's mostly Instagram. Instagram reigns supreme. I feel like.
I think it does. Yeah, amazing.
But thank you.
Thank you for. Sorry, we're both trying to say thank you, and then we just talk over the top of each other. That's good.
But thank you for having me, and thank you for inviting. It was really nice when I got your message to say about coming onto the podcast. I was like, oh, that's really cool. I've never done that before. Yeah, so I was quite excited about it.
Thank you. I'm glad you were up for it. Because I just thought you'd be I had an inkling you'd be a good guest. And you were. You're an excellent.
I was waiting for that bit. I was like, I was waiting for you to say, and you weren't.
And you weren't. You were very disappointing, and I will not be using this audio.
All of this will be deleted now.
Yeah.
But no, thank you.
No, it's great. Yeah. Come back sometime as well.
I will. I will not. No, I will.
Yeah, it's like, I will, sure.
Yeah, like block. No, that was...
Gosh, savage.
Yeah, this is getting really savage towards the end.
Yeah.
I feel like it was pretty nice in the middle of it, but...
Yeah, let's end on a bitter note.
Yeah.
Wow.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you for listening, and I don't know what the outro is because I don't have it in front of me, so I'll just say thanks for listening. Email in your artwork to armchairartistpod@gmail.com. You can find me at Ollie Kirkham on Instagram. The podcast Instagram is at armchairartistpod. And take care. And I don't know. Have a great time.
What were we saying before? Oh, moisturize.
What a great callback. Yeah, moisturize and sunscreen.
Yes. Yeah. Especially if you go to Australia.
Especially if you're going to Australia. Wow. Cool. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.